If we don't stand up, we are to blame. If we don't stand up, we are to blame. So raise your voice and process the shame. 'Cause if we don't stand up, we are to blame. If we don't stand up, we are to blame.
So, this is a video for the cowards. Let me explain. I've recently recorded a song about how I feel things are going in Gaza. Now, when I say how I feel, I've done a hell of a lot of research on this. I didn't really know much about this up until a few weeks ago, and I did some research because I didn't like not knowing about what was going on. I was believing what the media says, but some of the things I'd seen made it feel not quite right. So I did some research, and I was absolutely fucking disgusted. So much so that I decided the only thing I can do, I can't go to protests if they're making it illegal to fucking protest this. And if I get arrested, my daughter's screwed. So I can't do that. I can't punch Keir Starmer in the face, which is absolutely how I feel right now. Because again, I'd get arrested. So can't do that either. But as a musician of quite some time, I can write a song about it and put it up for raising money for charity and see if that makes any kind of a difference. So I wrote what was actually my first full song in probably a decade. There's been a few things that have stopped me writing full songs over the last decade. So anyway, I've written this song. Whether you think it's a good song or not, that's obviously up to you. The music is down to opinion. But I know it's at least on a par with the songs that I've released before. So what I did, because it's for charity and because I need it to do well, I emailed a lot of different places, a lot of different radio stations, a lot of different bloggers and podcasters and reviewers and all that kind of stuff, all the kind of stuff that might want to get involved. No one responded. Even the couple of radio stations that play every one of my songs previously, they didn't respond either. Now, I know that there's a lot of pressure at the moment for any kind of official person to not say anything bad about Israel. But what you cowards, and you are fucking cowards, need to realise is that you are absolutely in the wrong. This isn't about hatred of Israel. This isn't about anti-Semitism. This isn't about me saying that all Jews are doing this. It's not the fucking case at all. I saw reports recently that there are young Jews in Israel who are refusing to join the army there because they don't want to take part in a genocide. That's not just like a tiny decision. Everyone has to sign up. If you refuse to sign up, you go to military prison for 30 days. And then when you're released from that, you will probably get asked to sign up again. So if you refuse again, that's military prison for another 30 days, and so on and so on and so on. In the meantime, these young Jews are basically being vilified. Friends, family disowning them, calling them all sorts of things, calling them traitors, calling them self-hating Jews, just because they're standing up for what is right. But they're still doing it. So they are fucking saints. If I was anti-Semitic, I don't think I'd be standing up for some Jews right now, would I? But I am doing. You've then also got, there are two well-renowned Israeli human rights organisations. Both of them recently have written their own reports separate from each other, and both of them are accusing their own country of committing genocide. This is human rights organisations, okay? Israeli human rights organisations are accusing Israel of committing genocide. Again, they're being vilified. They're basically being called traitors. They're basically being... because Israel likes to say that any outside influence is wrong. They're trying to call them outside influences. They're not. They're Israelis. Again, there's some Israelis who I am absolutely on the side of. And I am willing to believe that there are a hell of a lot of Jews in Israel and outside of Israel who believe that this is genocide and who are massively against it as well. I want to believe that it's the minority who support this. The problem is, the Jews aren't the problem here. It's everyone else. It's all the different countries that won't say a bad thing about Israel at all. Because we fucking started all this. The UK, USA and France, after the Second World War, basically made an agreement to give Israel part of Palestine so that the Zionists could have their own place. And hey, I fully understand how anyone would want a place to call their own. But that was someone else's place. Palestinians have been there for somewhat daft like 2,000 years. The Israelis hadn't for something daft like 2,000 years. This is a fucking long time. It's not just like they've been gone for a few weeks. So, anyway, the history is not important right now. What is important is what the fuck is happening. It is a genocide. But here's one for you. Let's see if you find this funny. If you were to go to a funeral, one a day, for each child that has been killed in Gaza over the last couple of years, you would be going to a funeral every single day for 52 years. Now again, there'll be plenty of people out there that are saying, oh, this is Hamas's fault. And hey, maybe you're right. For recent events, maybe Hamas started this. For the whole past fucking 70 years, it wasn't Hamas that started this, and we all fucking know that. But recent events, yeah, we can blame Hamas. Please tell me how many of those children were fighting for Hamas. We are talking from babies just born up to like 2, 3, 4 years old. Every day for 52 years, you'd be going to one of their funerals. How are they fighting for Hamas? How is any of this their fault? Can you now see how fucking stupid you are? Anyone who defends what Israel is doing right now either knows that they're wrong, and that's why they keep calling people like me anti-Semitic, or they don't know what the fuck is going on and don't want to educate themselves. They just want to go with the nice, easy thing of like, no, it's not happening. It's fucking happening. This is a genocide. Now, after what happened to the Jews in World War II, everyone promised never again. Guess what? This time it's the fucking Jews that are causing a genocide. A minority of the Jews, yes, but they are doing what was done to them. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason. The reason's obvious. They want their own country and they don't want to have to share it with anyone. So they are literally doing an ethnic cleansing. They're getting rid of every fucking Palestinian so that they can have the whole land. In the meantime, you've got Keir Starmer basically trying to say that nothing's going on. You've got Donald Trump saying the fucking same. And it's not just them two. Previous to them as well. So it's not just Keir Starmer and Labour. It was all of the different fucking Tory MPs, Prime Ministers that we had over the years. They were all saying the same shit as well. Donald Trump is saying it, but so was fucking Biden as well. And then you have plenty of other countries. I mean, the fucking EU have all been saying that nothing's going on. It's taken a load of other countries, maybe less powerful countries, rallying together, and they've created an organisation where they're actually saying, I think they've called themselves The Hague, for obvious reasons, And they are basically rallying around and saying that, well, if you guys aren't going to fucking do anything about this, we are. So if Netanyahu goes to any of those countries, he will be instantly arrested and tried for war crimes. They're also doing blockades on things going to Israel, so like weapons and stuff like that. They're stopping them from getting there or doing what they can to stop it. But why aren't we? Because we're fucking cowards. And I'm so sick of this rhetoric. So sick of being part of a country where we used to be a powerful country. We were also fucking dickheads. We went around the whole fucking world being dickheads, but we were a powerful country. These days, we are that fucking kid that hides behind the bully. And when the bully's beating the shit out of someone, you just poke your head around and go, ugh, because we're fucking cowards. I fucking hate what is going on. I fucking hate that we are enabling a genocide. I actually do believe that the powers that be will be tried for their war crimes. Not just Netanyahu. Anyone who is complicit in genocide will be tried for this as well. So that includes the UK's leaders, that includes America's leaders, that includes quite a lot of other countries as well. But none of the powerful people are going to see this video. So let's bring this back down to earth and talk to the cowards in the normal people. What's your fucking excuse? Why are you happy to pretend that it's not a genocide? Why are you happy to pretend that this isn't happening? That Israel have done nothing wrong? When their own fucking people are telling you that they are doing something wrong. This isn't just about my song. Yeah, I'm pissed off that all these different companies didn't even bother to respond. But it's fucking obvious you're just cowards. As I said, maybe one or two of them didn't like the song. Maybe none of them liked the song, but that hasn't stopped a hell of a lot of companies still promoting songs. There's a hell of a lot of shit out there. Maybe mine is one of those pieces of shit. Still, as I say, I know that this is a thing because the radio stations that have always played my songs, including some songs not as good as this one, didn't even respond. I'm sick of the cowardice, and I'm sick of feeling like the whole fucking world is calling me racist, calling me anti-Semitic. Let's hit you with my opinion on anti-Semitism, okay? The biggest fucking purveyor of anti-Semitism right now is Netanyahu. The damage he is doing to the Jewish name, I promise you, you Jewish people are not going to recover from this for a long fucking time. Because once the truth comes out, once everyone knows what Israel have been doing, there's going to be a hell of a lot of people that will just blame all Jews. Because that's how it fucking goes. Just look at with like the world wars. Everyone blamed every fucking German person. Germany, it took them fucking ages to get past the stigmatism on that one. But it took them a long time to get past the idea that they're all Nazis. What Netanyahu is doing isn't just damaging to the people of Palestine. It is damaging to every Jew. And if you can't see that, you are a fucking idiot. I need you all to start doing your own research. It won't take you long to realise that you are on the wrong side. Israel is committing genocide. That is a fact. That's not just my opinion. Their own human rights organisations are saying that. Go and do your research. Stop being a fucking idiot or a fucking coward and start standing up. Because this cannot continue. Keir Starmer said, oh, we're going to recognise Palestine in September if Israel doesn't do a few little things. Which basically means we're not going to fucking recognise them. But even if we do, how many people do you reckon will have died between now and the end of September? I already told you, you've got like 52 years of every single day's worth of kids that have died so far. Are we adding a few more years to that? I know some of the people that have watched this will know what's going on and will be on the right side. And I apologise if this sounds like I was having a go at you. But the rest of you, you make me fucking sick. Wake up, do your research, and start standing up for what's right. Because if people start to realise that they can get away with genocide whilst it's being live streamed by their own fucking soldiers, on their own Instagram and Facebook, they are posting videos of them, they're committing war crimes. Go and fucking watch them. Or go and watch my music video. Hey, let's get back to the music video. Because there's some of it in there. Wake the fuck up. And stand up. And maybe go and listen to my song. Thank you.